Today we travel to Pembroke Pines, Miami, US, where Miya Marcano was born in 2002. Her father is Marlon Marcano, who was a famous DJ in Pembroke Pines. He was generally known as Eternal Vibes. Her mother is Ima Scarbrielle, and Mia's parents were separated when Miya was very young. Even though they were separated, both supported Miya for everything such as education and livelihood. Born and raised in a vibrant Caribbean family in South Florida, she was a blend of cultures, embodying a spirited mix of hope and ambition. Miya grew up to be a very enthusiastic girl, and was very much interested in carnivals. She participated in many carnivals as she grew up, and was also academically very strong. She graduated from school in May 2020. After that, she wanted to go for higher studies at the University of Central Florida, which is situated in Orlando. In Orlando, Miya changed her mind and wanted to study physiotherapy, applied to Valencia College, and even got admitted to the college. Miya enjoyed her days in her college and was dedicated to what she was doing. While attending classes, Miya also worked at the Arden Villas apartment complex, a job that supported her dreams and connected her with a broader community. She was known for her vibrant personality and her ability to bring people together, making lasting friendships along the way. Balancing her studies and work, Miya was determined to achieve her goals and make her family proud. September 24, 2021, began like any other day. Miya was making last-minute arrangements for a carnival event and a trip to Jamaica with her family. Her father purchased her a plane ticket to fly to his home in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. From there, the plan was to enjoy the carnival and then travel to Jamaica to enjoy quality family time while mingling on the beach. Miya is all set to leave to meet her family on the 24th of September 2021. On the said day, Miya does not attend calls or respond to messages after 5 p.m. Her parents shrugged it off, thinking that she is too busy to board the flight, and since there is no signal available inside the flight, maybe that is the reason she is unable to attend calls or respond to the messages. Even after the flight on which Miya was supposed to arrive landed, her parents could not contact her. She did not land. To add more clarity, she did not even board the flight as per the list. Miya's parents became anxious and kept trying to contact her till 9:30 p.m. that day, but there was still no response from her. Her mother and brother made multiple attempts to reach her through phone calls or text messages, but her cell phone stayed off consistently. Miya, a social media lover and family girl, would never keep her phone off for a long period of time, nor panic her family in that manner. With this in mind, Miya's mother called Uber and Lyft to see if Miya perhaps was on her way to the airport and forgot her phone. Unfortunately, the apps refused to give out any helpful ride information, unless the police inquired about it. After Miya's grandmother in Fort Lauderdale spent hours waiting for her to possibly get off of the flight, her family knew she was missing. Since they became worried, they filed a police complaint of a missing person in order to get back in contact with Miya and to find her whereabouts. Back in Orlando, many of the people working in Arden Villas were students, and they were staying there due to available facilities. Miya also stayed there, worked, and managed her studies as well. The roommate allowed officers inside the apartment to conduct a welfare check at the apartment. Miya's bedroom was oddly closed and locked. Police continued examining around the premises and found her window open. Another odd discovery since her father installed the locks when she moved in. Despite these peculiar findings, police left without suspecting any foul play. Meanwhile, Miya's family wasn't going to settle their search for her at all. Their own criminal investigation began 7 hours after she went missing. Miya's father and other family members arrived at her apartment and forced their way into her room. The pillows on the bed were in disarray, the covers were disheveled, and there was dried blood on her pillow. More shocking discoveries were found on the floor of her apartment. Miya would always wear a specific chain necklace, but it was found snapped into pieces on the ground. Foul play was beginning to become evident. Her family received a text message from her roommate claiming that the maintenance man, Armando Caballero, 27, had a keen eye on Miya for a little while. He made multiple romantic advances at her through buying her gifts or trying to send her money out of his life savings. Miya didn't have the same interest in Armando as he did for her. She politely attempted to decline his offers and keep their friendship as simply cordial co-workers. In the midst of conducting their own personal investigation at her apartment, Miya's family spots Armando walking close by. They cornered him, began recording on their cell phones, and questioned him about Miya's disappearance. He adamantly denied having interest in Miya or knowing where she was, but her family's persistence made him noticeably uncomfortable. The following day, more of Miya's family arrived in town to help search for her. While searching, they saw Armando in the area once again. This time they decide to secretly follow him back to his home. The family members recorded his movements with their cell phones for a second time. In the video, Armando was seen with latex gloves removing Miya's distinctive pink blanket and a backpack from his vehicle. Her panicked family immediately called authorities, insisting they investigate him further now. When police arrived, there was no sign of any of the evidence Armando discarded, nor did they arrest him again. On September 27, 2021, police received a 911 call stating that someone had committed suicide in a maintenance garage. When the ambulance and police transcended on the scene, they found the body of Armando hanging. He chose that particular location because he used to work there. His suicide was to no comfort for Miya's family. In fact, it had the complete opposite effect. They knew his death ultimately meant that the worst possibility must have unfolded against Miya. The demand to find her skyrocketed, and authorities from many different cities collaborated to help with the case. Her friends, family, and the outer community also trucked through areas of long grass and swampy environments. A review of Armando's phone records pinged his location inside of Miya's apartment on the day she went missing, suggesting that he was waiting for her when she got off of work. He was able to gain access using a master key fob he often had for performing maintenance work around the complex. Shortly after her murder, it showed him traveling to another apartment complex where he used to live 18 miles away. Police traced his steps back to that specific location on October 2, 2021. After weeks, searchers were finally able to find Miya's partially clothed, decomposing body in a wooded area behind the complex. Her hands, neck, face, and feet were bound with black duct tape. Her red purse that she always carried on her shoulder was found beside her. The victim was found with her wallet and red wallet, the same jeans she wore on the day of her disappearance, and a necklace with an amulet containing her name, Miya. A black adhesive tape was wrapped around her head and/or neck area, as well as her wrists and ankles. Even so, the coroner could not determine how she was killed since the body was in very bad condition. The authorities confirmed that with all the evidence they had in their possession, there was no doubt that the only perpetrator of the crime was Armando Manuel Caballero. Her mother, Ima Scarbriel, cried, "At 19, Miya had her whole life ahead of her. I will never get to see her become an orthopedic surgeon, a wife, a mom. You know, you have your children and you set them up, you put them in a world, you try your best to protect them. And then for somebody to feel that they have the right to take that from you." Miya's family is working on keeping Miya in people's thoughts. They have a foundation that actively helps find missing people and supports the vulnerable population. The family is also pushing Miya's Law in Florida. The law aims to protect students, single mothers, the elderly, and apartment residents. The law seeks to improve the quality of background checks on employees who will gain access to homes and the rules related to earning that access. It will also keep landlords from forcing tenants to dance to their tunes. The Florida legislature has already passed the law and is now waiting for the governor to sign it. The family believes that this regulation will protect over 2.8 million Florida residents. Miya's Law honors Miya and her death. The community gathered to remember her, holding candlelight vigils, leaving flowers and heartfelt messages at a makeshift memorial. Miya's smiling photos served as a poignant reminder of the joy she brought to those around her.